Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents a special presentation of Hockey Bones. The Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are on the air. I wanted a rematch. I didn't like how that first game went, so we're going to do this again. We are at Nationwide Arena. Once again, the date is December 10th, 2023, as the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers will take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Jackets won the exhibition game I did 4-1, but there were a few rules that I actually missed that would have made a big difference. Also, I didn't like that it took too long to play the game. So as you can tell, I've now added a few things to the presentation. I now have some black cards, black card holders that will now allow me to switch lines a hell of a lot faster. And I also double checked a few rules that I missed the last time that would have made a difference in the game. So, and I could already see Philip Reynolds joining us this time. And Phil, you missed the first game. So I thought maybe I'd do one more against your Blue Jackets at Nationwide Arena, okay, for this. It's the same game we just played, but it's going to be, we're just going to make sure we got the rules down tight. I have the rule book right next to me as well as some of the quick references, and we're all set and ready to go with Scooney 007 joins us here at Nationwide Arena. So once again, a rematch between the Panthers and the Blue Jackets. The Jackets won the first game 4-1. They did win it, but there were a few rules I missed. So hopefully now I'll be able to get everything situated for this game that was played on December 10th, 2023. I also included now a few things in here. So this game should go a little bit, maybe a little faster than the first one, I hope. So we'll see how this goes. So we're ready to go into the first period. Let's get the starting lineups for the first lines. This game was played December 10th, 2023. For the Florida Panthers, starting center, Sasha Alexander Barkov, the best two-way forward in hockey right now. And that's my opinion. Carter Verhaeghe starts at the left wing. Sam Reinhart is at the right wing. Starting defenseman Gustav Forsling and Brandon Montour. In goal for this game was Anthony Stolar. Starting lineup for the Columbus Blue Jackets. On the first line, Cole Sillinger is the starting center. Kirill Marchenko is a right wing, and Johnny Gaudreau is in left. Starting defensemen, Zach Werenski and Ivan Provorov, two very capable defensemen. Chet Greaves was the goalie for Columbus in this matchup, and we will see what happens here. So as you can tell, I think hopefully we'll get this game moving a little faster than I did the last time, now that I have a quicker way to switch lines, and of course for other things for like power plays and penalties. So it was all set and ready to go. The national anthems are ready, and let's play some hockey. Sasha Barkov against Cole Sillinger will meet at center ice. First period, the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, and right now the 24-25 Panthers, they're destroying Carolina. Right now, Carolina just does not look like they belong on that ice with them. So who knows what will happen game 4. Edmonton just took care of Dallas in their game today. I think we're heading for a rematch, it looks like. And that's not what I really want. I'd rather play the Stars, but it looks like we're heading for a rematch. The unstoppable force against the immovable object. But here it's the Panthers and the Blue Jackets. Let's get things started at the face-off. And that starts as a 6-7, and that will go to the left defenseman, Gustav Forsling. I'm going to use a right pin, a red pawn here for the puck. So Forsling, let's see, 3-4, and that is a PF2, passive greater than intimidation bars. He does have that. That's a 5. That's going to go to the right wing, Sam Reinhart. Reinhart will take it. And that is a 3, and that is a 2-9, and a 2-9 is a 14, and yeah, that's easily going to get the shot off. That'll be a shot by Reinhart. No blockers on the ice, so we go straight to Reinhart's ability. It's a 3-8-3. That is going to be a 4-8. That's going to be off the mark. And Greaves a 3-6, and that's going to be a face-off. So a quick shot taken by Reinhardt. Greaves will have it. Will have the face-off in the defensive zone. So once again, Barkov will face off against Sillinger. And that is a 6-4, and that is going to be taken by the left wing, Carter Verhaeghe for the Panthers. And that is a 5-10 for Verhaeghe. That is an 8. And let's see, 4. That is an 8, so 4, 5, 7. That's going to be better. Sillinger becomes a 2 with a 4. So Verhaeghe is going to have a shot. It's got a 2-8-1, and that is a 5-5. And that's going to be way off the mark. And that is a 2-9. And that's going to be a rebound. So a rebound chance. That's going to be a rebound chance. Clearing first. 5 + 3 is an 8. And there are no screens. So first we'll see if they clear the puck. So rebound check. And that is a 1-4. And yeah, they're easily going to clear that. That's going to be cleared easily. And that will go to that goes to a 5. That actually goes to the right defenseman, Zach Werenski. So actually the Blue Jackets will have it. Werenski, a 5-11, and that's going to be iced. So Werenski will ice the puck and bring it to 18-24 here in the first period. No score between the Panthers and the Blue Jackets. Face off in the Blue Jacket zone, Barkov and Sillinger. And that is a 4-7. And a 4-7 goes to the left wing, Carter Verhaeghe. He will take it for the Panthers. And they're in the defensive zone. And that is a 3-12. That's a D9, but you add 2 in the defensive zone. So that actually becomes a D11. That's going to be a shot for Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe will take the shot. And 2-8-1. And that is actually going to be a 5-7. That's going to be a miss. And Greaves, a 2-10. And that is going to be that's going to go to the right wing. It's going to go to the right wing, Johnny Gaudreau. So actually, I should have switched these. So actually, Gaudreau is right wing. Actually, I'm sorry here. Marchenko should be right. I'm always finding mistakes, but forget that I'll get against these guys. Right wing will be up top. So actually, I'll go to Marchenko, and Gaudreau has it there. Okay, so that goes to the right wing, Marchenko. So 18 minutes for a change. So on comes the second lines for the Panthers. Marchenko still has the puck. So he gets to hold on to it. And that is a 5-8. That is a 5-8 from Marchenko. And that is an @ sign. That is a total. If total pass greater than the die, that is a 4. So that is a 4. And that's going to be, that's going to be intercepted. That's going to be taken by Sam Bennett. And now we switch to the next lines. So Bennett will now take the puck, and Bennett a 4-7, and that is a 9, and yeah, that's going to easily beat these guys. So Bennett will have a shot. He is a 2-6-2. That's a 1-9. That shot is in range. Greaves, a 5-5, and save by Greaves. Actually makes a great save and gets it back to Fantilli. That is going to be a save. That is going to be a save by Greaves. Gets it to Santilli. So a nice save by Jet Greaves. And the Santilli will have it now. So that was a shot for Bennett. So let's see. Goes to Fantilli. Fantilli a 4-7. And that is a 10. And let's see. 10. Let's see. Center. Let's see. 3-7. That's going to be a shot for Fantilli. He'll have that. 2-5-4. Nope. That'll be wide of the mark. That'll be wide of the mark. Stolar's a 5-6, and that's going to be wide of the mark. That'll go around the board, taken by the right defenseman, Gudbranson for Columbus. He'll have that. Gudbranson will take it. Now a 4-10, and 4-10 is a PF1, greater than 2 forecheckers. It's not. That's going to be intercepted. That's going to be a shot by Gudbranson. That's actually going to be an intercepted and a shot. So Gudbranson that is a PF. That goes to the center. That's intercepted by Bennett. Bennett's going to have a shot. Bennett's going to have an automatic. He's going to steal it, take a shot, and that's going to be out of range. That goes wide. Goes wide to Greaves. And a 1-7. And that goes to the defending right wing. That goes to Matthew Tkachuk. So he will now have the puck. 18 minutes. Time for a quick line change. As now the Panthers will get their lines up there. And coming up here for the Blue Jackets, they will go on their third. They will go on their third lines. Tkachuk still has the puck though. So Tkachuk has it. That is a 1-9 for Tkachuk. And that is a P2. Passive greater than intimidation bars. It is not. That's going to be stolen by the right defenseman Nick Blankenberg. So that's taken away there. On comes the third line for the Panthers. Blankenberg has it. See how quickly now I can move the lines. Blankenberg now a 6-2, and that is going to be it's going to go out of the rink, and that's going to be a neutral zone faceoff. So 15-12 left in the first period. You can see now utilizing these. What these really are just these are just baseball card sleeves that I purchased. I got a whole bunch of them for cheap. And I decided on black because black I felt would look better, easier to read the cards, and it would be on clear in this case. And I cut them, and so they all fit. So they all fit right in there like a glove. As a matter of fact, they look very nice this way, I think, and looks better on this board. And I can easily go ahead and flip cards for the lines, so I can flip them for the third and fourth lines. Penalty lines, of course, I can use these to block out a card. So we have a face-off at 15-12 at neutral's ice between Anton Lundell and Sean Corrali. So face-off, and let's see, 3-10, and that goes to the left wing, and that will go to Patrick Laine. He has it for the Jackets. 5-5, and that's a shot. He was the home team. He is. Laine is a 2-8. And that is a 2. That's a shot on goal. That's a shot on goal. Stolarz, 5-11, and saved by Stolarz. They'll get it to Evan Rodriguez, and Rodriguez will take it now. Rodriguez with it now, 5-10, and that's going to be a shot. It's going to be an automatic shot for Rodriguez. He has a 1-9-1, and that's going to be wide of the mark, and we'll see what happens with that. And that is 3-6. And that'll be covered by Greaves. He'll pick it up, and it'll be a face-off at the defensive zone. So Evan Rodriguez. I also made a change in the lines, too. I didn't like how the lines were set. I used the Action PC game to set the lines. I think the lines were wrong, at least for the Panthers. I thought the lines were a little too weak, so I made some changes to it. And everybody is rated where they needed to be. So a face-off in the Blue Jackets zone. No score here in the first period. Anton Lundell is an A. He will be facing off against Corrali. And let's see, 2-7. And that is the left defenseman. That is David Jirasek. He'll take the puck. Jirasek, a 5-5. And that is PF3, passive greater than 3-4 checkers. It is. That's going to be a pass. That'll go to the right wing, Justin Danforth. And we'll have a line change. Panthers will go to their fourth line. And they will bring out the second line here. They'll also go to their line here, and will go out, and they will go to their second line as well for the Blue Jackets. Danforth still has the puck, and 5-5, and that's PPS, and that's going to be intercepted. That's going to be taken by the center, Kevin Stenlund. Fourth line for the Blue Jackets comes up. Stenlund will have it. And that is a 4-8. And that is a PPS. That's going to be intercepted. Back to the right wing. Email Benstrom, actually. It looks like I got to move Voronkov to left wing here. So again, I thought I had these guys in the correct spot. But as usual, I did not. Forget who we got here on that. So Benstrom is actually forward on that, and Voronkov is actually the left wing here for the Blue Jackets. Okay, so that actually goes to Benstrom. So Benstrom has the puck. Benstrom a 4-10, and that is iced. They're not using a pressure offense. That is iced. 12:48 left to play first period. And we're going to see, let's see, Kevin Stenlund will go up against Kent Johnson. Email Benstrom started with the Columbus Blue Jackets in early 23, wound up on the Penguins later, as you can tell by his cards, his CBJ and Pittsburgh. It's the one thing I like about Hockey Bones. They do give you cards, kind of, that tells you where these players were at. Face off in the Columbus zone, and 6-7, and that goes to the left defenseman Nico Mikkola for the Panthers, and 3-7 for him. And that is a 1. And there's not going to get, that's going to be not a chance against that defense, against the defense. So that will be taken by the left wing, Dmitry Voronkov. 3-7 there. And that is a home, that's a shot for the home team. Voronkov, a 2.65. There is a blocker, so a 1. So let's see if the shot is blocked. And that is a 6. It is not blocked. That is a 6, so no block. And then we check to see if it's in range. Check to see if it's in range, and that 2.65 is not in range. So that 2.65 is not in range. So that goes off of Stolarz, and a 2.11, and that's going to be faced off. Stolarz will be more than happy to take the puck, and we will have a face-off and a line change. So Columbus will now bring on the first line. They'll also go to their second lines. Panthers will also go to the second line, and they will go to the first line here. Much faster. Much faster. Just got to keep the teams where they belong here. So face off in the Florida zone. 12 minutes to go, first period. And Sam Bennett will go up against Adam Fantilli. And 2-6, and that's right wing Chernakov. He has a +2 since they're in the defensive zone. And 1-7, and that is a rebound shot. That is a rebound shot. There are no blockers for Florida, so it's a straight 2-8, and that's a 2-12. That's going to be out of range. So Stolarz, a 3-10, and that's going to be faced off. That's going to be actually no 3-10. I'm sorry. You ignore all non-goal unless it is a goal. So it's a rebound shot is what it is. So it goes to, let's see if they clear it. So 4-4 plus 3 is 8. And they have no screen. So a 4-12, it's cleared. And it is cleared. That's going to be cleared away. And that will go to the right wing, Matthew Tkachuk. So Tkachuk will now have it for the Panthers. 6-12. Defensive 9. Yeah, easily. He's going to have a shot easily. No blockers there. Tkachuk. 6-4, that's going to be wide. No, not a chance for Greaves. Let's see what he does with it. 3-8, and that's going to be wide. It's going to actually but that's going to be a rebound shot instead. 5 plus 3 is 8. Lusterrain has an S, so a screenshot. So a 1-7, a 7. Do they clear it? And yeah, they do clear it, and that will go to. And that will go to the center. That'll go to Adam Fantilli, and he will take it. So the Blue Jackets have it. Fantilli with the puck. 3-2, home 9. And is that going to be enough? Let's see. 5-3, 8. 1 is a 9. Yeah, Fantilli's going to have a shot. No blockers. 2-5, 4. Nope. Wide of the mark. And 5-5, and that'll be a face-off. So nice shot there by Adam Fantilli. 10:48 left to play. Quick moving first period. And so we'll have a face-off here in the Panther zone. No score, first period of this rematch between my Panthers and the Blue Jackets. We'd like to say happy Memorial. Well, I really don't know if we should say happy Memorial Day, but of course we wish to give our deepest thanks to all of those who saved our country throughout the years in the military. So I'll have a face-off between Bennett and Fantilli. And that is a 2-5, and that goes to Werenski. So Werenski will get it. And 3-12, home 9, and let's see. 5, let's see here. He's defense, so 5-7-8. Yep. Werenski is going to have a shot on goal. 1-8-3, and no blockers. And nope, wide. Even though there wasn't the defensive zone, but it wouldn't have mattered. He would have had it anyway. It's a wide shot, 5-12, and that's rebounded. Forsling, a 4-4-8. 4-4 is an 8. Do they clear? Do they clear at 412? No, they don't clear. It's going to be a rebound shot for the right defenseman. So Werenski goes right back to Werenski, takes another shot. 181. That is a 183. That's a good shot. That's a good shot. And that is going to be a 2-5. But it's a save by Stolarz. That's going to be a face-off. That was on goal. Zach Werenski did get the rebound chance, just got a shot at it. But that definitely will show there as Stolarz makes the goal. When do you read the red dice? So you read the red dice practically every roll. Practically you do. 10:24 left to play. And we got a stoppage here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring out the lines. So the Panthers will go to their next lines here. So will Columbus. They'll go to their next lines. And they'll just change now. So Barkov and Sillinger will face off in the Panther zone. And that is a 6-5. And that goes to left wing, Goudreau for the Blue Jackets. 6-2, P3, and 1-2-3. No, that is not going to do it. That is going to be passive greater than intimidation bars. It is not. It is not. Because he got three good, and he got. Oh no, they do have better than intimidation bars. That'll be a good pass. I'm sorry. Right defense. That goes to Goodbranson. Goodbranson will take it. It's a good pass to Goodbranson. And I thought I was looking at four checkers. So 6-7. And that is going to be a rebound shot. He has a 1-9. There is one blocker. No block. And that's not going to be a block. And the shot is high anyway. 194. That's out of range. It's a rebound chance. 1-3, and that is, and let's see, avoid the not. So 1-3, and let's see, that's not a goal. And we go to see if Mikkola and Ekblad can clear. That is a 5. That is a 5. No screen on Columbus. So a 3-7-3, they'll clear it. No, that's going to be a rebound shot. Actually, that's going to go to the left wing. Johnny Goudreau with a shot, 1-10-4. That's out of range, and that's going to be a save. So Stolarz will make a save there. 9:36 left to play in the first. And, yeah, we're definitely moving faster. So let's see. We got another face-off here between Barkov and Sillinger. And 1-3, and that goes to the right wing. But however, though, that says right wing A. That actually goes to Barkov. He has the higher marks. That actually goes to Reinhardt. So Reinhardt will get the puck for the Panthers. 5-5, and that's a 7. That's a 7. So 4. Let's see. So 2, 3. That's going to be a chance for Reinhardt. Reinhardt, a 3-8-3. There's one blocker. And nope, that's not going to be a block, but that's going to be a shot on goal. 1-7-3. Shot to Greaves. Dropping these darn dice. Shot to Greaves, 5-6, and he's saved by Greaves. That'll go to Goudreau. Goudreau will go ahead and get it. Greaves gets the save and saves to Goudreau. So right now, some good shots on goal, but no score. Goudreau, 2-5, and that's a rebound chance. One blocker for Florida. That's not blocked. That's going to be a 1. That's going to be on range for 110. Goudreau 110-4. That's going to be on range. That's a 185. That's a range on Stolarz. Stolarz 5-5 and let's see. That was a rebound shot. 5-5. Let's see. 5-5 and no 3. I'm sorry. 3-5. 3-5. That is also the rebound. Let's see if they can clear. 2-3-5 and one blocker, but no S's. So let's see if they clear. So a 3-7-3, they'll clear it. They won't. That's going to be a rebound shot for the center, Cole Sillinger, and Sillinger 112. Nope, that's going to be saved by Stolarz. So Stolarz definitely goes ahead and makes another save, and now we'll go to a line change as Uncle Dave Gardner joins us here. So with 8:24 left for the next shift, we'll go to a new line. So they'll bring on the next line here. Panthers will go to the third, as well as the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets also go on to their third line, and the Blue Jackets will go to there. So we have a face-off in the Florida zone with 8:24 left to play. So face-off between Lindell and Corrali, and that is a 1-6, and that's left wing. That goes to Patrick Laine. He will get it for the Jackets. 6-12, that's a 13. Yeah, that's going to easily do that. So Laine has a shot. 2-8, 2-8, 6, 2-8, 6-7, not a chance. Not a chance. 3-8, and that is going to go back to the right wing, Justin Danforth. Danforth will have it for the Jackets. 6-6, and that is a rebound chance. No blockers for Florida. He has a 2-6 range. Nope, that's going to be out of that as he misses that shot. And a 3-6, and he misses that shot. It's a rebound chance, though, so they got to try to clear. That is a 6. There is a screen, so -1. So a 3-7-3 to clear for the Panthers, and they will. And that'll actually go to the center, Lindell. He will take the puck. So they do clear it out of the area. Lindell will take it. 4-10 and for Lindell, and that is a 10. That's easily going to get it. That's easily going to have a shot on goal for Lindell. Here's a 1-11-1. But nothing happening there on that. That's wide of the net. And 3-7, and that's going to go back to Greaves. So, and that'll hold that for a face-off. 7:12 left to play, first period. As you can see, Dave, I actually got things a little bit now faster. Now I got the cards in these sleeves, which are a lot easier to maneuver. I have the charts, near here, as well as this Hockey Bones quick reference, which is very useful. And now I'm playing at the speed I really wanted to play the first game. We're already at 7:12 in the first period, moving very fast. So still in the first period, no score between the Florida Panthers and the Columbus Blue Jackets in this rematch. So Anton Lindell and Sean Corrali. Corrali will face off in the Blue Jackets side. And 3-8, and that is right defense. That goes to Blankenberg. He'll get that for the Jackets. And let's see, 3-8 for him. And that is an @ sign. That's going to be a face-off. That's going to go out of the rink, and that'll be a neutral zone face-off. Lindell and Corrali, 2-8. And this time it goes to Lindell. He gets it. So Lindell now has it. This is a neutralized. And a 4-5 for Lindell. And that is a D8. Yeah, that easily beats everybody there. Anton Lindell's going to have a shot. 1-11-1. And that is a 1-7-5. That shot's on net. Greaves. That is a 1-6. And he scores! Anton Lindell will get a goal. A 1-6 is an F. A 1-6 is an FG, and the G means it was in range, and that is a goal for Anton Lindell. Section 518 cheers. Yay! Now this game is realistic. Absolutely, no doubt. I don't know what I must have played the first game. I must have played the first game totally wrong. And that's exactly what should have happened. So now let's find out and see what we get here. So we definitely have a goal by Anton Lindell. So a goal by Lindell. And I'll write it here. And the question is the assists. So let's see what we have for assists here. So first off, the assist chart for the Panthers is a 1-8 off the team assist card. It's going to be 2 assists. So let's see here. So it is, you don't start in Lindell. So 2, 15, 33, 37. So we bring out the 37 card for the Cats, utilizing the ARC card. 2 assists are necessary. So let's see what we got here. So the first one goes to Rodriguez. He has an 18, and an 18 is a 6'9". That's a 6'11". Wow, he doesn't get that. So now we go to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He has a 13, and he's gonna get the first assist. So Larsson will get the assist. And that'll be his first. Lindell gets a goal. Larsson is assist. And the second one, we go to Balinskis. He's a 4 and a 2-6. That's a 2-5. Uvis Balinskis is going to get the second assist. How about that? So Balinskis will get his assists. So Anton Lindell gets the goal. Larson and Balinskis an assist. And we are ready to go back to action here. 1-0 in favor of the Panthers. And that was at what? 6:40. I think that was at 6:48. Should have moved it, but 6:48 first period. And actually, I could go ahead and get the timing, but I don't care. So we'll just do it there. So a big goal there for the Panthers. Take a 1-0 lead. We'll have a face-off at center ice, and we'll keep the lines. So Anton Lindell and Sean Corrali. Face off at center ice, 1-0 Panthers. That's the way you do it. That is the way you do it. And let's see, 3-7, and that is left wing. That goes to Patrick Laine for the Jackets. 5-7, and that is a set. He has a 7. So let's see, 1-4. That's going to be a chance for Laine. Laine's a 2-8. Nope, that'll be saved by that'll go on to Stellars. That is a 3-8, and that goes back to the right wing, Justin Danforth. He'll take the puck for the Jackets. 3-12, home 4. No, he's got a 1, 4, and a 5, and that's going to be taken away by OEL. So Oliver Ekman-Larsson will get it. We will have a change for the teams. Change for the teams as we'll bring on their. Let's see, we'll bring on their other lines here. So the Branson and the Panthers will bring on their next line. But Oliver Ekman-Larsson does have the puck at the moment. So Ekman-Larsson has the puck, and it's a 6-2, and that is PF1, pass for forechecker 1. There is a 1 here. That's not going to do it. Has to be greater than that. Passive greater than potential, else interception of shots. That's actually going to be intercepted by the left wing, Dmitry Voronkov, as the Panthers finish the line change. Voronkov actually has a shot. So that's intercepted by Voronkov. He has a shot. 2-6-5. Nope, save. Easy play by Stellars. And that is a 3-8. And that goes back to the right wing, Emil Bemstrom. Bemstrom is a forward, so he can play into the positions. So Bemstrom will have it now for the Blue Jackets, 5-8. And that's a rebound shot. There is 1 blocker from Mikkola. So we roll to see if there's a block. And that would be needs to be a 3. That is a 4. That's not a block, but that is a good shot. Emil Bemstrom, a 2-3-2. That is a 1-4-5. That's going to be good. That is going to be good. A shot against Stellars, and a 6-3 and 6-3, and that's going to be a rebound. That is a rebound shot, right wing. That's going to be a rebound. Mikkola and Ekblad try to clear, no screen. So a 3-7-3, they'll clear it, and they will. So no rebound, and that's actually going to go to. That is going to go to the center, Kevin Stenlund. That was a good shot by Bemstrom, but Stellars actually completes the rebound, and it goes to Stenstrom. So Stenstrom will have it now. A 2-6, and that is an @ sign. And shot, if total pass greater than the dive, that is a 2. And nope, that's nothing there for those guys. The fourth line really is a defensive line. So that is going to be gone to the left wing, Dmitry Voronkov. He will take it for the Jackets. 6-11, and that is an 8. That'll be higher than these guys easily. Voronkov is going to have a shot chance. 2-6-5, 1 block. The 11 is not going to block it. That is a 1-11-6. That is on net. Stellars, a 5-5, and that's going to be that's not going to be a goal. That's not going to be a goal. That's going to be a rebound. Mikkola and Ekblad try to clear. So they have a 2 + 3 as a 5. So a 3-7-3, they'll clear it. They will not. That will be a rebound. That goes back to Johnson. Johnson 2-4 in range. 1-8. That's on range 2. Stellars. 8. That's on range 2. 4-7 and scores. Kent Johnson, Columbus Blue Jackets, gets a rebound shot. Arena cheers. Yay! Section 518 groans. Kent Johnson on a rebound shot gets it past Stellars. We're tied at 1. So we have a tie game here. We're tied at 1. And that is Kent Johnson. That'll be at 4:24. 4:24 first period. We'll give that to Johnson. His first. And, I really don't. I could just really just decide. But let's see what we got here. For assists, Columbus. Let's see what they get for assists. See what they get for assists. 1-7. It's going to be 2 assists. So Johnson, so let's see, 10, 20, 33, 39 is the ARC card we use for the 39 is the ARC card we use for the Blue Jackets. And let's see. So we know Johnson made there. So Voronkov is a 13. And he'll get one of them. Voronkov will get an assist. And the other one, let's see. So Voronkov will get the first assist for the Blue Jackets, his first. And then we go to, he was a 13. Now we go to Bemstrom, who's a 10. And the 4-3 will go to Bemstrom. He will get the second. So Kent Johnson winds up with the goal, and we're tied at 1 here in the first period. As it allows the Blue Jackets to get on the board. I knew this game wasn't realistic. That's not supposed to happen. Stanley Cup champions. Anyway, 4:24 left to play. We're going to do a line change now. So the Panthers will bring on the first lines as well, and so will Columbus. They'll also bring on the first line. So we go to the first lines here. So we'll do a line change now. 4:24. Barkov and Sillinger at center ice. Tied at 1 here. You like the new dice tray. It's a bowl. Let's see here. 4-8. That is going to be right wing. That goes to Marchenko for Columbus. He will get the puck first. And 1-10. And that is D5. And that is not going to get past these guys. That's going to be easily taken away by Sam Reinhart. Reinhart gets it. And we have a 3-8. 3-8 Reinhart. That is a rebound shot. No block. 1 blocker for Columbus. So let's see. And that is a 7. That's not going to be blocked. Reinhart is a 3-8-3. That is a 3-7-1. That's on net. Chance for Greaves to make the save. 2-11. And nope, that is going to be rebounded. That's going to be a rebound. So 5 + 3 is 8. No screens. So let's see if they can clear a 4-12. The Blue Jackets will clear it. They don't. That's going to be a rebound to the left defenseman, Gustav Forsling. 1-9-1 rebound shot. Nope, that'll be saved by Greaves, and that will end that time sequence. So tied at 1 here in the first period. 3:36 left to play. This is in the Blue Jacket zone. So Barkov and Sillinger will face off. 6-4, and that is left wing. That is definitely by Florida. Verhaeghe will get that. Carter Verhaeghe with it. And 6-8 for him. And that is an @ shot. If total pass greater than the red die, that is a 5. So 3, and nope, that'll be taken away, and that will go to the left wing, Johnny Gaudreau. Gaudreau, 6-7, and PPS, that's intercepted. That'll be taken by left defenseman Forsling. Forsling around it. 1-7, and that is a 1. Not a chance. That is a 1. There is no way that works. against 1-7-1. So that goes back to the right wing, Kirill Marchenko. 2:24 left in the period. 3:10 for Marchenko. That's a rebound shot. They have no blockers. No blockers. So 2-6-1 for Marchenko. Nope. But it's a rebound shot. So Forsling 4-4-8, no screens. So 4-4. So a 4-12, they'll clear it. They do clear it, and that will go to the left wing, Carter Verhaeghe. So 2 minutes to go, and final line change coming up. Panthers will go to their next lines, and so will Columbus as well. So we said that went to Forsling, but Forsling, of course, still has the puck. So he gets to roll with it still. I'm thinking of just if there is a line change, just making a switch. I really don't think it's going to really matter, but if it's a switch, you can say Gustav Forsling passes it to the guy coming on the ice, something like that. 1-8, and that's actually going to be a penalty. That's going to be a penalty, and that's going to be a delayed penalty. So a extra skater coming on for the Blue Jackets. It'll be Bemstrom. Bemstrom will come on real quick as the extra skater. So that's going to be a penalty on Forsling, and that goes to the center. So Fantilli's going to have a shot. 2-5-4 and 5-7, and that's going to be out of range. That's going to be out of range, and that will end the penalties. That will end the time. So 1:36 left as the Blue Jackets are going to go on the power play here. So that penalty is on Forsling. So they are going to go bring on the next line here. So Oliver, Ekman Larson, and Balinskis will come back on. They will keep this line on, and they will put Eetu Luostarinen on sit. So Bennett will move into the right, will move into the left wing spot. So a 5-on-4 power play. This actually will go into 1936 of the second period. So let's see. So power play. What I didn't do was roll to see if there was any extras, did I? Let's see. What was that? That was on Forsling. I didn't do that. Let's see here. Let's roll real quick. 6-5, even 5. Nope, that's nothing going to be anything special. So it's going to be just a 2-minute minor. So 2-minute minor for slashing, and we'll see a power play. So Sam Bennett and Adam Fantilli will face off in the Florida zone, and that is a 3-3, and that goes to the center. That goes to the visiting center, as a matter of fact, and there is no A. So actually, but there is no center. So we'll redo it. So 3-10. And this goes to the left wing this time on the power play unit. So that goes to Tessier. So Tessier has the puck to start the power play. So power play here, 5-5. And that is a D6 and 3-4. And that's going to be D6 against the shorthanded, against the PK4. Yeah, that's going to be a shot for Tessier. Tessier power play goal, 2-6-2. Nope, that'll be saved. That'll be off the mark. Scolars, a 3-11, and that goes back to the left defenseman, Jake Bean. He has it now for the Blue Jackets. And let's see, 3-7. 3-7 is a rebound shot. There's a rebound. Blockers won't matter here on a rebound shot. So Bean has a shot. 1-8-3. Nope, that's a rebound chance, and they'll try to clear it. 5-6. No screen, so a 6. So a 3-12 to clear, and that will be cleared, and that actually will go to the center. That actually goes to the center. But if I'm correct on that, that goes to, let's see. Let me just double check here. The clearing ratings and defenseman. And let's see back here. Puck in position. From goalie save, goalie freezes. From pass, interception, from face-off, goalie save, goalie freezes the puck. So we'll actually freeze the puck instead. So 48 seconds left since there was no possession there in the center, because there is no center, even though Bennett is in the right wing spot. So Bennett will hold there. So 48 seconds left to play. in the first period. 45 minutes, much faster, much quicker. Face off in the Florida zone, continuing the power play. And 1-6, left wing power play. Yep, that goes to Tessier. He will get it. And 4-8. And a 4-8 is an icing. That is an icing, but instead it's going to be but when that's an icing on the power play. That's going to be defensive face-off. So Tessier was going to ice that puck and bring it to bring it now a zone, a face-off back in Columbus's territory. So Bennett and Fantilli will face off. And 6-6, that goes to the right wing power play. That's Chinikov. He will take it. Final seconds of the first period, 6-12. That is an @ sign. Shot if total pass better than the greater die. That is a 3. And let's see. No, that's not. That's going to be taken away. There's nobody here to make on the pass on that. So a 3 on that. So it's going to be intercepted, taken by the right wing Kachuk. And that'll be the end of the period. So we got a 1-1 tie here after one between the Florida Panthers and the Columbus Blue Jackets in this rematch. And here at the first intermission, I will go ahead and take a quick. We'll be right back after these messages. Tied at 1 after 1. Going into the second period, tied at 1 between the Panthers and the Blue Jackets. I got to admit, though, that watching the Panthers in their game yesterday, the Panthers. If anybody's watching in the Stanley Cup playoffs, can we all agree that right now, at least after the first 3 games, the Carolina Hurricanes do not belong on the same ice with the Panthers? I think we can pretty much agree on that. Pretty much agree. Possibly. So, I don't know. Could possibly agree. So, watching that, because right now the Panthers kind of are embarrassing Carolina. I know what happened last year. I know the Panthers had a 3-0 lead on Edmonton, and Edmonton almost had the greatest comeback, maybe pretty much in sports history. I got to tell you right now, the Carolina Hurricanes, they are not the Edmonton Oilers. And I saw the Edmonton Oilers watch that game against Dallas. And Dallas better tighten it up, or they're going back to Dallas down 3-1. So they need to tighten that game up. But right now, Edmonton looks like they're on a mission. So ready to start the second period, tied at 1 between the Panthers. Man, if only the Leafs face the Canes and not the Panthers. As Cutter Historical has to chime in. I gotta tell you, Cutter, the way the Carolina Hurricanes are playing, you beat Carolina. If the Leafs would be playing, you beat Carolina. You beat the Hurricanes. You would be going to your first Stanley Cup, since 1967, I believe it is. Yeah, you would. If you had gotten through the Panthers, you would be playing for your cup. Carolina wouldn't have anything for you. But the reason why I think the Panthers are embarrassing Carolina right now, the Panthers played 2 better teams in the postseason than Carolina did. The Panthers played Tampa Bay. and they were a much better team. All right, and then they had to play the Maple Leafs, who took us to 7. All right, after getting out to a 2-0 lead. All right, you took us to 7. I'll give the Leafs credit. You took us to 7, although you kind of lost embarrassingly, though. But kind of that way. But Carolina beat an injured New Jersey team. All right, and a Caps team that, even though they were surprising, they were old, and you could tell. And you could, even though I understand the year that Ovechkin had, and yes, he's one of the greatest of all time. Top 5 player in history. I have no problem saying Ovechkin's one of the top 5 players in NHL history. I have no problem putting him up there. Okay, but Carolina played those two teams. The Panthers were more battle tested, and that's why the Panthers are definitely the better team here. I'm not expecting though. I'll tell you, I'm a little shell shocked myself. I did not expect the Panthers to be playing in the playoffs this well. Now they're averaging 5 goals a game the last 5 games they played, which is kind of ridiculous. But either way, so let's go to the second period. Panthers and Blue Jackets in this rematch here at Nationwide Arena, tied at 1. The Blue Jackets still have one more time sequence until the power play is over. Both teams have put their first lines on there. Face off. Let's see. 6-6 and right wing power play. Marchenko will get it. 2-5, and that is home 9. And yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to be a chance. Mikkola does have a block, but I don't think let's see a power play. Let's see, home 9, but that was in the zone. So Marchenko power play 2-9-4. Nope, that's not gonna be a block. That's gonna be a save by Stolarz 3-12, and that is gonna be. He's got F?1. That's a possible injury. I'm not gonna do injuries. This is gonna be a save by Stolarz, and that will end the power play. So Verhaeghe will come back on ice now. We'll keep the lines as they are. I'm not going to do injuries in the game. So Stolarz will go ahead. And give it up here. Will be a face-off in the Panthers zone, tied at 1. Barkov and Sillinger. And 3-10. And left wing A. And that actually is Barkov is better. So that goes to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe will get it for the Cats. 5-4. That's an automatic shot. 2-8-1. Nope. That's going to be a save by Greaves. And 5-8. And that is going to be faced off. So Green's going to hold on to the puck at 19-12. Hockey Boy 8 now joins us here. As Hockey Boy 8 says, go Oilers, go. That's fine. You can root for the Oilers. Connor McDavid is going to get a cup. There is no doubt in my mind he is going to get a cup. The question is, will it be with Edmonton? And right now, the Panthers are the immovable object, and the Oilers are the unstoppable force. And it looks like they're just heading for a rematch between the two. Difference between the two, though, this time the Panthers would have games 1, 2, 5, and 7 in Edmonton. Games 3, 4, and 6 would be in Florida. But the funny thing is, the Panthers play better on the road this postseason they have at home. Go figure that one out. Face-off in the Blue Jacket zone, Barkov and Sillinger. 2-7, and that is left defense. That is Provorov. He will take it for the Blue Jackets. 6-6, and that is a shot. He's on the home team. Range is 1-7. That is a 1-9, no block. So Mikkola, there is a block, but that's going to be off the mark. That's going to be on close to the net. No, net though. 6-6, and that is a rebound. That's a rebound. Mikkola and Ekblad, and he screens. Nope. Mikkola and Ekblad, a 5. They need a 3-7-3 to clear it, and they do. And that will go to the right wing, Sam Reinhart. So rebound shot, but cleared by Aaron Ekblad. Reinhart will take it. Reinhart, a 4-10, and that is a pass, and that goes to the center. It goes to Barkov. Barkov will grab it. And 4-4 for Barkov. That's a 13. Yeah, that'll easily pass. 4-7, 4-7-9. 13. Barkov's got a shot. Has a shot attempt. 2-6-5. Nope, that'll be a save by Greaves. And 5-6, and that goes to the left wing, Johnny Gaudreau. They will change. They will change their lines. Johnny Gaudreau still on the ice. He gets the roll here. So a 3-11 for Gaudreau, home 6. And let's see, 3-6-7. Nope, that's going to be intercepted by the left defenseman, Gustav Forsling. So now the Jackets now get their guys on there. So Forsling will have it. And 1-7. And that's a 1. That's not going to beat that. That's not going to beat the defense. That'll be taken by left defenseman Jake Bean. Bean takes it. 3-8. And that is a PF3. And there is 1, 2, 4 checkers. That's going to be a good pass. That's going to be a good pass. 3 beats that. That's going to be a nice pass to left wing up to Tessier. Tessier will take the puck. And 4-4 for Tessier, home 9. And is that going to be good enough? Yeah, 3-6-7. That's going to be a chance for Tessier. 2-6-2 is the range. Nope, that'll be off the mark. And 1-6, and that goes back to the left wing, Tessier. Tessier gets the puck back as Stolarz makes the play. And 4-6, and that is a 4-6 is a 6, 3-6-7. That's going to be taken by right wing Matthew Tkachuk, and the Panthers will make a change. So Panthers will make a change as Tkachuk has it. So they will bring on the third line, and they will go to the third line here. So Tkachuk has the puck. We'll see where he sends it to. And 1-9 for Tkachuk is a P2. Let's see, P2. Passive greater than intimidation. Nope, that's going to be 2, and 1 is 3. And that's not going to be a pass. That's going to be intercepted by Corrali. And he will take it as the Panthers will bring on the third line. So Corrali has the puck now. 15:36 left to play in the second. 6-7 and D5 and 3-4. D5. So 3-4. That's going to be a chance for Corrali, actually. He's going to get that chance. He's a 2-5-1. And that is on net. No blockers. That's going to be a shot on Stolarz. Shot good on net by Corrali. Stolarz goes after it. 2-7 and saved by Stolarz. And he'll give it to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Stolarz makes a big save. Nice shot by Corrali, though. OEL 4-11, who of course is now on the Maple Leafs, of course, for Cutter Historical knows that OEL is on the Leafs now. Let's see, 4-11, and that's iced. That is iced with a possible injury, but I'm not doing injuries. So 14:45 left to play. Second period, still tied at 1 in this rematch game between the Panthers and the Blue Jackets here at Nationwide Arena. We're moving a lot faster now. So we'll have a face-off between Baby Barkov and Sean Corrali in the Panthers zone. So 2-7. 2-7 is left defenseman Jirasek. He will take it for the Jackets. 6-9, and that is a PF3. That is a PF3, passive greater than 4 checker, and that is going to be a good pass. That's actually a nice pass to the right defenseman, Nick Blankenburg. He actually gets it. Blankenburg takes it from Jirasek. 2-8, and that's iced. So Blankenburg actually will ice the puck. We'll have a face-off back at the Blue Jacket zone, and we will now have a line change for both teams. They will bring on their lines here. You do it that way, I guess. All right. So face-off in the Blue Jacket zone, 14 minutes left to play in the second. So we'll have Kevin Stenlund against Kent Johnson. Johnson got the goal for the Jackets. Baby Barkov got the goal for the Cats. 14 minutes, second period. 4-5, and that is right defenseman. That is Montour. Montour gets it. Montour, of course, now with the Kraken. So Montour gets the puck in the jacket zone. 6-11, and that is a 6, but +2 in the zone makes it an 8. And that is going to be a shot from Montour. Montour 1-7. Nope. Saved by Greaves, and we'll see where he sends it. And that is a 3-6. And he faces, and that's going to be a face-off. So Brandon Montour goes ahead and makes a nice shot there, makes his first shot attempt. One of the other reasons why the Panthers are doing so well, all 4 of their lines are deep. That's the thing about the Panthers. They have every one of their 4 lines can score and can defend. When you got a team that's deep like that, really, what do you do? What do you do against a team that deep? Okay, so we have a face-off in the Columbus zone. Stenlin and Johnson will face off here. So 4-11, and that's right wing AA. And there is no extra. That just goes to Nick Cousins. Cousins will get it for the Panthers. 4-8, and that is a 7, which is gonna definitely beat that. So Cousins is gonna have a shot attempt, a 1-9-2. Nope, saved by Greaves. And 4-10. And that goes to the left wing, Steven Lorentz. Lorentz will get it for the Panthers. And 2-9. And that is a pound sign. And that's going to go out of the rink, probably knocked out of play. And we'll have a face-off at neutral ice. So Stenlin and Johnson will face off here. Tied at 1 here, second period in this rematch game between my Florida Panthers and Philip Reynolds' Columbus Blue Jackets, and Clee baseball fan as well. So let's see. So Stenlin and Johnson will face off. And 1-8, and that is left defenseman. That actually goes to Gustav Forsling. He'll get that for the Cats. And 1-5, that's a rebound. Any blockers? There is a blocker. So rebound shot, and that is going to be a wide out of range anyway. That's a 6-11. So only 1 blocker for Columbus. That's going to be out of range, though. But it is a rebound shot. And 4-2. See, 4-2. See if they can clear. So 5 + 3 is 8. 4-2. And yeah, they will go ahead and clear that one. And that will go to the center, Kent Johnson. So it was a rebound shot, but Columbus does clear the puck. Johnson will take it. And that is 2-10 for Johnson. P2. Passive greater than intimidation bars, and greater than or equal to. So 1-2, and it is got to be pass number if greater than intimidation bars. It is not. It is not greater. It's not equal to, or it is actually greater than intimidation bars. So that will be intercepted by Lorentz. And we will have a line change here as they will go to their next defense lines. We'll now go to do this here. Lorentz still has the puck for the Panthers. So 1-7, and that is a 7. And that's going to be a good chance for Lorentz. Lorentz is going to have a shot. Not a great shooter. 1-6 is his range. Not going to get that one. Not going to get that one. Lorentz will come out, and the Panthers will bring on their second line. So Greaves, a 4-7, and that's going to be a face-off. So a good chance there by Lorentz to try to maybe get something, but Jet Greaves will make another face-off here. So we're now in the zone here between Florida and Columbus, and we'll do it here. Sam Bennett against Fantilli against these 2 lines. 6-7, and that is left defense. That is Mikola Meeks. Meeks will go ahead and win the face-off. And 6-4, and that is P3, and that is going to be greater than the intimidation bars. That is going to be a pass, and that goes to Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk will take it. And 2-11 for Tkachuk. That is an @ shot if total pass greater than the die. That is a 2. And it is no. There's no passing here. 0-0-0. Kachuk usually is the assist guy here. So that's actually going to be taken by Fantilli. He will intercept. Fantilli has it now 6-4. Rebound, 1 blocker for the Panthers. And that's not going to be blocked. That is a 3-11. And that's going to be high for Fantilli. That'll be short of his mark. Let's get this over here. A little bit here. A little bit there. What was the time? Was it 13-12, I think? Yeah. So that'll be a save by Stolarz. And 4-3 center. That goes back to Fantilli. He will take that. And we'll take that. 5-9, and that is D6. That's not going to beat Mikkola and Ekblad, and that'll be taken by E2 Luosterainen. 12:48 left to play in the period. Luosterainen 4-6, and that is a 6 that will beat these guys. Luosterainen 2-5-2. Nope, can't get that range. Reeves will make the save. 1-4, and that's going to be faced off. In the neutrals, in the Jackets zone here. 12:24 left to play, second period. Tied at 1 here. And at 12:24, let's make a change. So Panthers will now bring on their next lines here. So they will switch over to that. They will switch to their first. And they will switch to their third. So much faster doing it. Can you see how quickly now I can change lines using it this way? So much faster. So we have a face-off at the Columbus line here, tied at 1, as Barkov and Sillinger will now play some hockey until the next line. So Sasha Barkov will play. I'm pretty sure Cutter Historical will agree that Sasha Barkov is the best two-way forward right now in hockey. 1-5, and that actually is won by Barkov. He actually has it. Sasha 2-9, and that is a P5. That is a P5 greater than intimidation bars. Oh yeah, that's easy. That's a P5 that will go to OEL. Oliver Ekman-Larsson will have it. So pass to Larsson. Larsson 1-8 PPS. That's intercepted. And that will go to the left defenseman, David Jurasek. He will take it. Jurasek for the Blue Jackets, 1-10. And that is going to be out of play. I think that probably wound up. I think it's probably offsides. Jurasek tried to pass that to Sillinger, and that'll be an offsides at the neutral ice. So 11:36 left to play in the period. Tied at 1, Panthers and Blue Jackets. Panthers historically won this game 5-2 on December 10th, 2023, as I'm trying to get a rematch here against Philip Reynolds' Jackets. Barkov and Sillinger face off. 4-3 and right wing. That actually goes to Reinhardt. Reinhardt will take it for the Panthers. And 5-3. Home 5. No, that's going to be is not on the home team. That is going to go to the left wing, Johnny Gaudreau. He will take that for the Blue Jackets. 4-7, and a 4-7 for him is P5. Yeah, that's greater than the intimidation bars. Gaudreau will make a pass to him back to Marchenko, and Marchenko will make the pass back to Gaudreau. Gaudreau keeps it, and now it's a 6-8, and a 6-8 is iced, and that'll be a face-off in Columbus's zone. So 10:24 left to play. They will do they'll do the line change now. Why not? So they will flip. They will flip here, and we'll go ahead and flip these over here. They'll bring on the third line, and we will go ahead and flip over here. Right there, and they will flip as well, bringing on their second line. Okay. So face off in Jackets territory. Lindell and Corrali will face off against each other here. Let's see. How's it look on the board? Looks good. Can you guys see everything clearly? I hope. I'm looking at my screen the same way you guys are, so I'm pretty sure you guys can see everything as clearly as I am. So Lindell and Corrali will now face off in the jacket zone. 2-8 center. That goes to Lindell. Lindell, visitor center. Lindell's got it, and that is 3-8, and that is a 9. He's going to have a shot. 1-11-1. Nope. Saved by Greaves. And a 3-7 is a face-off. So Greaves will hold on to it halfway through the second period. So Chet Greaves actually did a good job. He was only in 9 games for the Columbus Blue Jackets last year, but he had a save percentage of .908. That's not bad. Nothing wrong with a .908 save percentage, though. But Columbus was the worst team, one of the worst teams in the league last year. And I like what Columbus is doing. I'll tell you, if CLB Baseball fan and Philip Reynolds are still in the chat, Columbus looks like they're moving in the right direction. We're going to see them in the playoffs very soon, if not next year. They are definitely heading in the right direction. Face off in the jacket zone, Lindell and Corrali. And that is a 5-8. And that is visitor center. That's Lindell. Lindell, a 4-9, and that's going to be left defenseman Jake Bean. 3-5, and we got a 3, and that's not beating that defense. That'll be taken by right defenseman Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad will take it. And 6-8. 6-8 is a PF1 against forecheckers, and there is no forecheckers here, so that's going to be a good pass. That'll go up the middle to Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets the puck. Rodriguez 3-7, D6, and yep, that's going to be a good shot. Rodriguez 1-9-1. Nope, saved by Greaves. Nope, everyone's shooting the puck except on net. And there was a blocker there, so there's a 4 that wasn't a block. So Greaves a 3-2. And he makes the stick save. That goes back to Lindell. Lindell will get it. Lindell will hit it now. 1-5. That's a rebound shot. Rebound shot. 1 blocker for the Jackets. 6-5. That is not that 6-5. 6-5. That'll be a chance for a rebound. Goodbranson, a 1 or a 2. The only way they got a chance, a 1-12 is the only way they clear this. They don't. That's going to be a rebound for the left wing. Lomberg rebounded to Lomberg. Lomberg 1-10-3 takes the shot. Nope. That'll be saved by Greaves at 8 minutes left to play, and it will be a face-off. So Panthers will go ahead and switch up. They will be a line change here for both teams as we now go to 8 minutes. Face-off in the jacket zone between Stenlund and Johnson. 8 minutes left to play. Second period, tied at 1. This is what I like Hockey Bone so much right now. It just feels like a game of hockey, not like as much as and I don't want to put Stratomatic down so much, but Stratomatic, as I said before, I did not get a sense of defense. I just did not get a sense of defense in Stratomatic. In this game, I get a sense of defense. Stenlund and Johnson facing off in the Blue Jacket zone. 1-2. Visitor right defenseman, and that is Montour. Montour will win it. And 6-5, 6-7, and that is a 3. Montour, nope, that is not going to get past that. That'll be taken by Kent Johnson. He has it. Johnson takes it. 3-5 for Johnson. And that's going to be a PP. That's a pass if it's a power play. It is not a power play. And that is taken back to Montour. Montour will take it. 2-3. And that is a 10. Yeah, that's going to beat it. Montour is going to come on air. He's going to have a shot at chance. 1-7. No. And that's going to be wide of the mark. Wide of the mark. 3-7. And that is going to be wide of the mark. But Greaves is going to hold on to it anyway for a face-off. So another face-off chance in the jacket zone. Stenlund and Johnson here staying with the 4 lines and the top lines for the Jackets. So 3-4 and right defenseman, home right defenseman, that is Werenski. He gets it. And 6'8" for him. That's a 10. He'll have a chance. Werenski, he can shoot the puck. A 183. No, that'll be saved by Stolars. And 3'8". 3'8" goes back to the right wing. That goes to Bemstrom. Bemstrom has it. Bemstrom actually got an assist on the goal for the Blue Jackets. Bemstrom will have it. And Bemstrom 6'6". For Bemstrom, that is going to go, that shot if total pass exclude higher than the die, that is a 3. And nope, they only got a 2 here from Werenski, and that is going to be taken by Forsling. Forsling will get that. We go to 6 minutes, and they will flip. And they will go ahead and flip. They'll bring out they'll go to the first lines here for these teams. Like that. We'll go to that line here. Forsling has the puck, has to hold on to it, at least for now. Forsling 6'9", and he is a PPS. That's intercepted. Power play pass. It's not a power play. That'll be taken by left wing Johnny Gaudreau. And on comes the other line. So Gaudreau will now take it for the Blue Jackets. 5:36 left, 6'6". And that is a home team shot for Gaudreau. 110-4. No, that'll be saved by Stolars. And a 5'7" is a face-off. So Stolars will hold on to that. Now I'm really enjoying the game more now that I can get the lines and all that thing changed that quick. Now I can change lines in like 5 to 10 seconds instead of a 30, 40 seconds to change lines. Face-off in the Panthers zone. Barkov and Sillinger. And 4'11", and that goes to the Panther right wing, and that is Reinhardt. Reinhardt will get it. And 5'11" for Reinhardt. And H4, well, he's not the home team. He's not the home team, and that's going to be taken by Sillinger. So Sillinger will get that for the Blue Jackets. Sillinger 3'2". 3-2 here. So 3-2 for Sillinger. D5. No. Mikola 3 + 4 is 7. And that'll be taken by right defenseman Ekblad. Ekblad will get that. Ekblad takes it. 6-10 for Ekblad, and he ices it. So 4 minutes left to go. They will now flip, being on the next lines. And they will go to here. And we will flip the lines for Florida. So we'll have a face-off in the Panther zone. 4 minutes left, second period. Rapidly moving period. No goals in this period. Still tied at 1 between the Panthers and the Jackets in this rematch that I'm doing. Sam Bennett will go against Fantilli. The Panthers need to re-sign Bennett, no doubt in my mind. Face-off in the Panther zone, 5-5, and that goes to Fantilli, home center. So Fantilli will have it. And 3-8, and that is a 14. It's going to be an automatic shot, becomes a 16. Fantilli, 2-5-4. No, saved by Stolars. Stolars, what he does with it, 3-9, and he gives it to the right defenseman, Uvis Balinskis. So Balinskis will take it for the Panthers. 3-3. And that is passive forechecker, greater than forechecker pass. If forechecker is greater than 3, there are 2. Let's see, 3-3. 3-3 passive forechecker 2. Passive greater than forechecker arrows, and there are 2. That's not going to be a pass. That's going to be intercepted in a shot. That's going to be intercepted by Tessier, and that's going to be an automatic shot for him. Balinskis tried to get through the forechecker, but Tessier has it, takes a shot. 2-6-2. No. Stolars comes through with a big one there. And 4-6. And they'll give that once again to Balinskis. So Balinskis will get that. He keeps the puck going. Closing minutes of the second period. 5-6. And that's going to be a penalty on Balinskis. And that's going to be a penalty called on him. Let's see if there's going to be anything here. 3-5, odd 5, and that is an A. I think we're going to have coincidental minors on that. So let's see what we have. I think we have Retaliations AFG. I think we have an A, and that's going to be coincidental minors on that. So we have a penalty coming up on Uvis Balinskis and someone else. So let's see how we do this here. And on 5, so it's an A. So it's going to be coincidental minors. Let's check the rule on that. Now I got to slow down. So let's see here. Retaliations of AFG minor ranked players on top by MI ratings. So let's see. 0, 0, 4, 3, and 0. So Adam Fantilli has an MI of 4. Roll 3 dice, consult retaliations chart. We see he gets a retaliation penalty. So Fantilli, let's see, retaliations chart. And let's see. So right now, Fantilli is 1, Tessier is 2. And that is a 5-5. That is a 5-5. And that is 5-5 is a 5. So that's going to go on once I use the cards, which will be a 7. So actually, let's use the cards instead. Let's see what cards we use here for that. For the retaliation, see who gets called. It's going to be retaliation. It's going to be double minors. Let's see what it is here. So 4, and let's see here. And yep, that's going to be Fantilli. So Fantilli is going to wind up going into the box as well. So it's going to be a 4-on-4. Coincidental minors here, a 2:24 left. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 here for the net, probably for the rest of the period, almost the rest of the period. So Balinskis and Fantilli are gone. So they will go ahead and bring out Mikola, and they will go ahead and bring out Forsling and Montour. And they will go with these guys. They will bring out their top line. And they'll bring out Werenski and Provorov. And let's see who's going to take it. Verhaeghe will sit there, and it will be Goudreau sitting for the Blue Jackets. So Sillinger will move to right wing. Barkov moves to left wing. For the 4-on-4, so we got a 4-on-4 here. Coincidental minors. Let's see what happens here to end the second period. Barkov and Sillinger. And that is a 2-7. And that goes to home left defenseman. Home left defenseman, that is Provorov. So Provorov will start with the puck on this 4-on-4. So 110, and that is a P on a pass, which if it's even strength, it's even strength. That is a pass. So there's a pass to the center, but it's not there. So pass and interception if opponent also empty, player keeps puck. So it's a pass. It would be intercepted because there's nobody in the center, but there's nobody center there. So Provorov actually keeps the puck. So we now go to 2 minutes. Provorov will keep it. So 3-3, and a 3-3 is a 2. Not getting through that. That's going to be taken by right defenseman Brandon Montour. Montour will get it. Montour 4, even though the defense is different, but it still wouldn't have gotten past the 2. So Montour a 4-6, and that is a D6. That is a D6, 4-on-4. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and a 7 becomes a 4. Actually, on team defense, a 7 on a 4-on-4 becomes a 4. So that's actually going to be a shot from Montour. Montour is going to get a chance here. A 1-7. Nope, that'll be a save by Greaves. Greaves will get that. See what he does here. 1-7, and that goes back to the right wing. Sam Reinhart. Reinhart will take it. And we have a 1-8 for Reinhart, and that's a rebound chance. That is a rebound chance. Reinhart, a 3-8-3, 1 blocker, and that is good. That's wow, 3-8-3 and a roll of 4-7. But that's still a rebound chance. Werenski and Provorov try to clear it. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. There's no screen. So Provorov, a 4-12, they'll clear. They do. And that will go to left wing. Cole Sillinger. Sillinger will go ahead and get it. Closing seconds of the period. Sillinger 3-9, and that's a D9. That's a D9. 5 plus 3 is 8, but that with 4 on 4 makes that a 5. That's going to be a chance for Sillinger. 1-12-1 for him. Nope. Saved by Stellars. And that is going to be, no block, Stellars, a 3-7. And that goes to the left wing Barkov. Barkov is at the left wing spot. The left wing spot. The penalty is over. The penalty is on over. Both teams now back at full strength. And we'll keep it with Barkov. Barkov has it. He was at left wing, so he still has it. But Verhage is now on the board. And so is Goudreau. Barkov will keep it 4-9. And that is iced. And that will do it for the period. No goals here in the second period, as both teams cannot get any goals here. We're still tied at 1 after 2. Pretty amazing how this game is going here, but nobody can seem to get anything going. So it can surprise me. So no goals here after at the end of the period. Tied at 1. If anybody's listening, if anybody has any questions, in the second intermission, I'll be right back. I was on vacation for the last week, so I did not work all last week. Of course, for my birthday from last Monday. So my birthday from last Monday. So I didn't have to work. I was off. All right, so let's set up the lines here. So we'll keep the first lines on the boards here, and then we'll do is flip them over this way here, and then we'll have these boards here, and then we'll flip these guys here. So that'll be good. All right. Ron McGrath joins us here at Nationwide Arena. We're about to enter the third period, tied at 1, Panthers and Blue Jackets in this rematch game I wanted to play, because I really didn't play the first game well the last time. And this game is, now that I have, I think, with these sleeves that I'm using, and of course, if these get worn out, I got plenty more. I got enough sleeves to last me until doomsday. So I got plenty of sleeves to play until doomsday here. So that's the good thing about these sleeves. Makes it a lot easier to flip. So good to have you here, McGrath. Philip Reynolds is still in the chat there. I'm sure he is still rooting for his Columbus Blue Jackets against my Stanley Cup champions. But we're tied at 1. Let's see what happens as we now go into the third period. So Sasha Barkov and Cole Sillinger, they'll start with the 1 lines and the 1-1-1-1s, and let's see what happens. So let's start the third period here. So 6-7, and that's Panther left defenseman. That's Forsling. He will take it first. And 1-8, and that starts with a penalty. Gustav Forsling. That's a penalty, and that's going to be a delayed penalty. And for a delayed penalty, I'll go ahead and for delayed penalty, I'll go ahead and bring on Danforth. So delayed penalty for the Blue Jackets as Forsling's going to get called for it. Delayed penalty. Let's see where it went. That went to the center, Cole Sillinger. He gets a shot, 112. That's going to be a save. That's going to be a save. other than shot play. Interception, red die. Someone gets one roll to take shot, and that'll be a save, and that will end. And let's see, we gotta first see what happens here, and that is a 3-2. It goes to the right wing Reinhardt, and that will end that. So we're gonna have a another power play, and let's see if anybody else joins Forsling on that. See if it's gonna be a power play. Forsling has an. Let's see if there's gonna be any minors on it. 5-3, and no, it's going to be a 2-minute penalty for Forsling. So we will switch the lines. Mikkola and Ekblad will come out, and let's see how we want to do this. How about we just started this, so we're going to have Verhaeghe out there. So 5-on-4 for the Blue Jackets. Barkov will now be at right wing. So the Blue Jackets on the power play. Forsling called for a slash in the face-off zone, so in defensive zone. So 5-7, and that goes to the right. That goes to Florida right defenseman. That's Ekblad. He will get it. And 6-8, and that is PF1. And shorthanded, passive greater than 4 checker arrows, and it's not. That's going to be intercepted. It's going to be a shot. That's going to be a shot for left wing Johnny Gaudreau. He's going to intercept it, and he gets a shot. 111-4. Nope, saved by Stolarz. 4-2, and that goes to the left defenseman Meeks. So Mikkola will get that. Steve McGear trying a 5-on-4, trying to avoid the power play. Mikkola 2-8, and that is a 5. That is a 5. So left defense, right defense +2. So 4. That's going to be intercepted. That'll be taken by right defenseman Zach Werenski, and he will take the puck. So Werenski takes the puck away from Mikkola, and Werenski 6-7, and that is an 8. And against PK. So let's see, it's 8. So 3-7. 10, 14, and a PK 4. That's going to be a 7. Werenski's going to have a shot. Werenski, a 1-8-3. No, that's going to be saved by Stolarz. And 5-6, and that goes back to the right defenseman Werenski. So he gets it back. One more chance on the power play. Werenski will get it. And 2-9, and that is P2. Passive greater than intimidation bars. It is. That's going to be a pass, and that will go up to Marchenko. And take a shot here on the pass, even though I think that's only on the first power play. So actually, that's going to end the power play. So Marchenko gets it. Verhaeghe comes on there, and Marchenko has it. And I'll let him shoot. 4-7, let him roll. 4-7, that's an 11. He's going to have it. 3-6, 3-6-8. One blocker, though. So Marchenko, a 2-6-1. No, saved by Stolarz. As Marchenko gets that 1-10, and that's face-off. So we will go ahead and change the lines for both teams. And we'll have a face-off. As the first line will come on here, and I think the Panthers will go to the Larson Balinskis line. Face off at the Panther zone. Play third period. Another power play goes by the board for the Blue Jackets. Sam Bennett and Adam Fantilli will face off in the Panthers defensive zone. 6-9, and that is home center. Fantilli will get it. And 3-2. Home 9. Yeah, he'll get that shot. He'll have a shot attempt. Fantilli 2-5-4. No blockers. One screen. No. And that's going to be out of range. That is 4-8. That's going to be out of range to Lars. And 4-7. And that goes back to Branson. Branson will get that. Branson 4-5, and that is pound sign, and that will be out of play. It looks like it was tipped and sent out of play. 16:24 left to play in regulation. Still tied at 1 between the Panthers and the Blue Jackets here at Nationwide Arena. Bennett will face off against Fantilli. And 5-7, and that goes to visitor right defense. That's Balinskis. He will get it. And 1-7 for him, and that is a 6. And 2, yeah, he's going to have a chance. 2-4-0 here. That's a 6. Balinskis is going to have a shot. 1-7-5. No, that'll be saved by Greaves. That'll be saved by Greaves, and Greaves has it. And we're about to go to the next sign. So what we're going to do here is they will change the lines before we get there. So they're going to change the lines for these guys. So they will go to their third, and they will go to their first. So Greaves has it though. And 5-7, and that goes to the right defenseman. That'll go to Brandon Montour. So Greaves makes the save, but Montour comes on the ice at 16 after the line change. So Montour will have it now. Montour takes it, and 3-7 for Montour. That is a 7. He's going to have a shot. Montour, a 1-7. No, that's going to be saved by Greaves. Saved by Greaves. See what he does here. And this thing keeps on getting all over the place. Hold on. Put tape on this thing. Try to get it from stopping moving. So stop by Greaves, and that's a 6-4, and that goes to right defenseman Nick Blankenberg. So he will get that. Blankenberg 5-11, and that is home 5. Will that beat these guys? Let's see here. Home 5, 5-6-7. No, that won't. And that's going to be taken by Brandon Montour. Panthers get it. Montour 1-8. That's a 10. That's going to be a shot from Montour again. 1-7. No, that's going to be saved by Greaves. And that's a 5-4, and that goes to Lundell. Baby Barkov will now take the puck. Baby Barkov 6-3, and that is a P2. And that's going to be a good pass. It'll go to the right defenseman, Gustav Forsling. Right defenseman is Montour. Back to Montour. Montour 3-6. That's a 9. That's going to be a chance for a shot. Montour again 1-7, and that's on net. 1-4. That's on net by Montour. Montour takes the shot on Greaves. That's on net. And 2-6 and rebound. Greaves makes a great stick save. That's a rebound. 2 + 1 is 3. 2 + 1 is 3. That's 2-7-3. They will 2-7-3. They will clear it. They do. That's going to be cleared to the center, Kent Johnson. What a chance by Montour, but Jet Greaves comes through with a huge save. They will go ahead and change the lines. Kent Johnson stays on there. They will go to the next line here for the Jackets as well as the Panthers. They will switch to these guys here. So Johnson still has the puck, though. As the lines are switched, Johnson will have it 2-7, and that is a P3. That's going to be a good pass, and that will go to right defenseman Eric Goodbranson. Johnson is now gone, and the fourth line is out now. Goodbranson takes it. And Goodbranson, a 1-4, and a penalty coming up. That's a delayed penalty call. That's going to be a delayed penalty call. Extra attacker on the ice for the Panthers, and it is going to be They're going to go with Verhaeghe here. So Verhaeghe will be the extra attacker. That's a delayed penalty call. Let me just make sure here. So delayed penalty. So interception, roll die, determined player with puck. So that was a 2. So that goes to the right wing, Nick Cousins. So Cousins interception, red die. Determined player with puck. If shot, resolve is normal. So Cousins is there. So that is a 111, and that is a PPS. That is a PPS. If shot resolve is more other than shot, play stopped. So we're gonna have a penalty. We're gonna have a power play for the Panthers on the Jackets. And there are the lines. Let's see what they do with the lines here. So that was a penalty on Goodbranson. And let's see let's see if there's anything I have to worry about here on the O and or E. And that is a 5-9. And no, it's going to be a 2-minute minor on Eric Goodbranson. They're going to call him for hooking for that. So the Jackets are going to have to go on the power play at 13-12. So they're going to go with the first lines here. So they will bring out their top lines in Werenski and Provorov. And they will go with their top line here. Panthers will go with their main line as well. And they will go back with Forsling and Montour. So we'll have a face-off in the Blue Jacket zone, and it will be Goudreau taking the out. So Sillinger moved into left wing spot. So power play for the Panthers on the Blue Jackets. D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperer, joins us here at Nationwide Arena. Third period tied at 1. Much faster game right now being played by the Panthers and the Blue Jackets. I've definitely gotten the game now to a point where now if I can play the game within a couple of hours, it'll be good. We're already at 13-12 left to play. Power the Columbus zone. Sasha and Sillinger, and that is a 4-8. As a 4-8, and it actually goes to the power play right wing, and that is Reinhardt. So Reinhardt will get it, and that is a 6-8. Reinhardt that's an automatic shot. That's a rebound shot for Reinhardt. That's a rebound shot for Reinhardt on the power play. Reinhardt is pretty darn good. 4-8-4. And that's going to be a chance on Greaves. Reinhardt takes a shot on Greaves. And that is a 3-8. And, Greaves comes through with the rebound. That's a great save by Jet Greaves. Reinhardt right in front of the goal. Greaves makes a great save there. Rebound chance, 5 plus 3 is 8. It was a blocker, but that doesn't matter it doesn't matter, though, in power play. So let's see. Do they get a chance to clear it? And 2-7, yeah, they'll clear it. And that's going to go to Marchenko, the right wing. What a save by Greaves. Reinhardt had it right there. Marchenko has it now. And that is a 4-8. And that is PPS. And they are shorthanded. That's going to be intercepted by left defenseman Gustav Forsling. Forsling will get that now. And 1-6 for him. That's a rebound shot for Forsling. Rebound shot for Forsling. That is his power play is a 1-9. Nope, that'll be a 6-8. So that is a rebound shot there. Blocker won't matter here on that. So let's see what happens here. And they try to clear it, and 1-5, and they will clear that puck. And that goes to the right wing again, Marchenko. So couple of good chances for the Panthers. Couldn't get the power, but still a couple of times the power play. Marchenko will have it now, 4-9 and P2. And shorthanded, that's automatically intercepted by left wing Carter Verhaeghe. He will take it now, still 5-on-4. Verhaeghe, 3-9, and that is a D8. And yeah, that's going to be a chance for Carter Verhaeghe. A shot for him, 2-9. Nope, that'll be a save by Greaves. Greaves will make another one. And that is 5-4, and that goes to Barkov. Barkov will get it. but the power play is over. Goudreau will come back on. So once again, nobody could score on the power play. Back to the 5-on-5. Players will stay on the ice until the next change will be 10. So Barkov will have it. Barkov is a 4-8, and that is a pass. Barkov passes it to Brandon Montour. And Montour will get that, 10-48. Montour, 3-6, and that is a 9. That's going to be a chance for Montour. Montour, a 1-7. Nope, saved by Greaves. Saved by Greaves, and that is a 6-11, and that goes back to Barkov. So Barkov will get it back. So Barkov will take it back there. Greaves doing a heck of a job keeping Columbus in this game so far. A couple of big chances by Florida. Couldn't get it by Greaves. Barkov with the puck. 5-10, and that is PPS plus, and that's going to be intercepted. That'll be taken by Cole Sillinger, and we will have a line change. It will go now to the second lines of both teams. Here. So on comes the Blue Jackets. Sillinger has the puck still. Sillinger 6-7, and that is a P4, greater than intimidation bars. And 2, 3, 4. It is not. That's going to be intercepted. That's going to be taken by right wing Matthew Tkachuk, as the Blue Jackets now go to their second line. Tkachuk now has it. The resident Florida goon, and he is a goon. That's okay. Every team has one. Every hockey team has a goon. 3-10 for Tkachuk. That's a 7. That's going to be a shot. Tkachuk 2-3-5. 2-3-2. That's on goal. Tkachuk's got a chance. Greaves has got to come through with another shot. Tkachuk coming in, takes the shot. Greaves 3-5. 3-5 save by Jet Greaves. Another great save by him. Another great save by him. That goes to the left wing. That goes to Alexander Tessier. He will take it. A 3-5 is left wing. That's saved by him. That goes to Tessier. Greaves coming through big time on Tkachuk. Tessier 3-6. And that's going to be shot if total pass greater than the red die. That is a 4. And no, not a chance. That's going to be taken by Aaron Ekblad. He will get it back. Ekblad takes it. 4-6, and that's iced. And we'll have a face-off back in the Panthers zone as Ekblad decides to ice it. What a job by Jet Greaves of Columbus, coming through with us on big saves against the likes of Barkov, Tkachuk, Lundell, and Johnson. We're still tied at 1 here in the third period. Nobody can seem to get the puck going here. What a game. 8:24 left to play in the period. 1 before they go to the line change. They're going to make the line change. So the Panthers will go to their third line. And the Jackets will go to this line here. And they will go bring on Blankenberg and Jurasek. And they will bring on Larson and Balinskis. Hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. I certainly am. And we're moving a lot better now, too. So tied at 1, still in the third period. Anton Lundell and Kent Johnson will face off against each other in the Panthers zone. This line will last. Let's see. Covering up the dice here. Covering up the cards. So, 6-6. 6-5, I should say, and that goes to home left wing, and that's Voronkov. He will take it. And 2-7, and that is D7, and that's going to be a shot for Voronkov. That D7 is higher than the 4 here, so that's going to be a shot for Voronkov. 2-6-5. No, save by Stolarz. Stolarz will come on with that. That is a 4-10, and that goes to the left defenseman, David Jurasek. So Columbus keeps it. Columbus keeps the puck. And that is a 3-7. 3-7 is iced. So Jurasek will ice the puck at 7:36. So 7:36, the puck is iced. And we'll have a face-off back in the Blue Jacket zone. So tied at 1/3 period, not much scoring, but this is kind of the way hockey is these days right now, unless, of course, you're playing unless you're the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. 7:36 left to go in regulation. So let's see what we got here. So Anton Lundell and Kent Johnson facing off in the Blue Jacket zone. 1-7 home right wing, and that's Bemstrom. Bemstrom will take it. And 2-1-8 D7. Bemstrom's going to have a chance. Bemstrom's going to have a chance. It's going to get past Larson and Balinskis. Bemstrom is a 2-3-2. No, that'll be a save by Stolarz. And 3-4, and that's faced off. It'll be a face-off back in the Panther zone. Lundell and Johnson. 4-3, and visitor right wing. That goes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez will take it. 6-3 and D4, and that's going to be good. Evan Rodriguez is going to get past the defense. He'll have a chance there. Rodriguez is a 1-9-1. Nope. Reeves will go ahead and collect the puck on that. That is a 4-8, and that's going to be a face-off in Columbus zone. So right now, both of these goalies are trading saves and face-offs against each other here. So Lundell and Johnson staying on the ice. They'll stay on there until the 6-minute mark. 5-11, and that goes to visitor center, Lundell. Lundell already has a goal in the game. And Anton Lundell has it. And that is a 5-4. And that is PPS. That's going to be intercepted, taken by right defenseman Nick Blankenberg. Blue Jackets, Blankenberg, 5-6. And that is going to be out of play. As Blankenberg, I think, goes ahead and touches it up. But looks like Kent Johnson was offside. We'll have a face-off at neutral ice. 6 minutes to go to play. And the Panthers they'll change the lines. They will go back to the fourth lines here. And they'll bring on that line. And they will go with their second. And they will bring on the line here. So face off at neutral ice. Stenlund and Corrali, both the fourth lines. It is 2-4 and 4-2. So Stenlund and Corrali will face off at neutral ice. And 3-5, and that is home left defense. That is Bean. 6-9, and that is PF2 against 2 forecheckers. And yeah, that's going to be a good pass. That'll go to Corrali. Corrali takes it, and 2-6 for him, and that is a 3. That's not going to get past these guys. That's going to be taken by Steven Lorentz. He will collect it, and now he has it. And 4-7 for Lorentz is he shoots that one. It looks like it's deflected off of line A, and that's going to go out of play. And neutralize face-off. So Stenlund and Corrali will face off in neutral ice. 1-11, and that is 8A, and that is home center. Corrali actually will win that. So Corrali with the puck. 4-9, and that is home 9, and yeah, that's going to be good. Corrali's going to have a shot chance. 2-5-1. No, and that'll be a save by Stolarz. And that is 5-12, and that's a rebound chance, actually. That's a rebound chance. Nikola and Ekblad 2-3 to clear. And so at 5 to clear, 3-7-3, they'll clear it. And they do. And that will be cleared, and that goes to Stenlund. So Stenlund will get it. Cleared to Stenlund. Nice job by Mikula and Ekblad to clear the puck. Stenlund will take it. Stenlund with the puck, 6-10. And that is a rebound shot for Stenlund. Gabranson does have one block. Stenlund's a 2-8-3. Nope, that's going to not be blocked anyway. That's going to be Greaves is going to get it, but it is a rebound shot. So Goodbranson, a 1 or a 2, they will clear, or 1 to 12, they clear. 1-12-3, and that is 112. Yeah, they do clear that. And that is cleared back to center, Corrali. 4 minutes left to go, and that will now, Panthers will now go to their third line there. Second line, Corrali has the puck, and they will now go to, Black Jackets will go to their first line, but Corrali has it as they'll do a line change here. Corrali, a 6-3, and that's a 7. And will that get through? 3-4. Yeah, that's going to get through. Corrali's going to have a shot. 2-5-1. Nope. That'll be taken care of by Stolarz. And they will bring on their second line. So Fantilli now comes. The Fantilli line comes on now. Stolarz, a 1-9, and that goes to the right wing, Matthew Tkachuk. So Tkachuk will take that, coming back up the boards of the ice. 3:36. 1-1 tie in regulation. Are we heading for overtime? Tkachuk will have the puck, and that is a 1-8, and that's an automatic shot. 2-3-5. 2-3-5 is the range. Not even close. 6-4. Greaves will go ahead and get that. And 6-7. And that's going to be a face-off. So a save by Greaves off of Matthew Tkachuk. There'll be a face-off in Columbus zone. So Bennett and Fantilli will face off in Columbus zone. Tied at 1 here. Closing minutes of the third period. Bennett and Fantilli will face off. And 6-3. And that goes to left defense, home left defense, which it does. So left defense will go to Provorov. Provorov for the Jackets, and that is a 4-8, and that is out of play. That's going to be knocked out of play. Pound sign is going to be a face-off. That'll be a face-off at neutral ice. So 2:48 left to play. Bennett and Fantilli will face off again. 1-5, and that goes to visitors center. So Bennett has it now. Bennett, a 6-3. And that is a shot. If total pass greater than the red die, that is a 6. It is not happening. And that is going to go to Zach Werenski for the Jackets. Jackets will get it. 2-8 for Werenski, and that's going to be intercepted again. That's going to go to the right wing, Tkachuk. 2 minutes to go. Both teams will now bring on their top lines to finish the game. So even though they overused their top lines there. So Goodbranson and Bean. And Panthers will go with Forsling and Montour. Tkachuk still has the puck, though. But the Barkov line coming up. So Tkachuk has the puck. And that is a 4-5. 4-5 Tkachuk. And he's going to get called for a penalty. And that is going to be a penalty on Tkachuk and if that's not a delayed penalty, with 1:36, the Jackets are going to go on probably a power play. Let's see if it's minors or anything. 6-5, even 5, and no, Tkachuk is going to get called for hooking. And it's going to be a power play the last minute of the game, and Tkachuk, my goon, gets called for it. So they'll bring on the Barkov line. Verhaeghe will sit. Barkov will move to the right wing. And they're going to bring on, and they have their top lines here. So this is a penalty. This goes actually into overtime if it does. But overtime, of course, is a 3-on-3, which I've never done an overtime yet in this. So face off in the zone for the Panther on the power play. So 5-on-4 power play for the Blue Jackets. Tied at 1, third period, closing minute of the period. Barkov and Sillinger. And that is a 6-9, and that goes to the home center. So Sillinger will get it. Sillinger, 4-6. And 4-6 is a shot. That's an automatic home shot. Sillinger is a 2-3-2. And nope, that'll be a save by Stellars. And that is a 6-8. And that goes to the left defenseman, Jake Bean. He will get it. 1:12 left to play in the period in the regulation. Bean's got it. 6-5. And that is P1. Passive greater than intimidation bars. That's a good pass. And that pass goes to Eric Goodbranson. That's not the first pass. We go to 48 seconds. Goodbranson now has it. Goodbranson, and that's going to be offsides. Eric Goodbranson's going to be offsides. We'll have a face-off the neutral zone. 24 seconds left. Blue Jackets will have a one. Blue Jackets are going to have a one chance here to maybe get something before we go to overtime. Tied at 1. Barkov and Sillinger will face off in neutral ice. And that is a 1-8, and that is actually won by the power play left defenseman, Jake Bean. Bean will have it. 5-3. 5-3 is an H5. Is an H5 that's a neutral zone. So 5, 8 plus 3, 4 is 7, is 15. And PK, no, that's good. The defense is too good, and that's going to be taken by the right defenseman, Montour. And we've got free hockey here. Get your free hockey. So we're going to have free hockey as we're going into overtime. And this is going to be a regular season overtime, not a playoff overtime. So it's 5 minutes on 5-on-5, and then we'll have a shootout if nobody wins there. So I got to figure out how to do overtime here. So time out for a moment as I see how we got to do overtime. I've never done overtime yet. So let's see. Player positioning, place the 3 skaters in the 3 forward positions and 1 defenseman in the C spot. Ultimately, put 1 forward in the C spot with 2 Ds on the wings. Team defense is calculated by adding the defensive ratings of all 3 positions. Both teams use power play rules. All skaters use their P shooting range. The first pass on a time sequence takes no time sequence. Okay. So they're going to utilize. So let's see. So we're going to use the Barkov line for them. And I don't know if I have any extra blacks. I thought I did. Let me see here. I didn't think I would need that. So let's we'll go ahead and cover these guys. So we have the Barkov line, the Sillinger line. Where do they start for overtime, by the way? At the 5:12 mark? Start overtime here, 5 minutes. Yeah, okay. So both teams use power play rules. All skaters use their P shooting range. First pass, the time sequence takes no time sequence. On a second consecutive pass, if it goes in empty position, treat it as an interception. Going to the opposing team, following rules above. All face-off passes, interceptions, rebounds, follow these rules. Puck going to empty left defense position goes to left wing. Puck going to empty right defense goes to right wing. Die roll 6 and power play results go to center. On a second consecutive pass, if it goes in position, treat it as an interception. Going to the opposing team, following the rules above. Do not use the rules for block shots, clearing, or screening. All rebounds are automatic shots. +2 to all N-type shooting play codes. A 6 becomes an 8. Act play codes are a shot on goal if any player, including the player in possession of the puck, has a pass rating. In case of a penalty, teams will skate 4-on-3, and all normal power play rules apply. Well, I know there was 1 time sequence left on a power play, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear that off, and we're just going to play 3-on-3. I got the rules here, so we'll see what happens. 5 Hockey Bones power play. Let's see how this goes. So, what about line changes? Is it still going to have line? I guess you can still have line changes, I guess. So the first lines will be, so there's only 2 line changes. So the first lines will go to, I'm going to play them I'll play in 4 minutes and then 2 minutes. So, let's, okay. So Barkov and Sillinger will start it off here in overtime, tied at 1. Let's see how this goes. I didn't think we'd be going into overtime. So Barkov and Sillinger will face off. And it's a 2-11. And that goes to the home center. So Sillinger will get the puck. So Sillinger starts with the puck for the Jackets. 2-12. And that is a D5. So +2, so D5. So let me see. So it's 3-on-3, right? So D5. So D5. So D5. So that would be a 5. So D5, 3-on-3. So 5, 7, 5, 8, 10 on 3. That's a 10. That would be a 7. No, that's going to be taken away. That's going to be intercepted by Barkov. Barkov will actually get that. So that goes to the Panthers. So the Panthers will get it. So 5, 8. And that is a 6, but you add 2, which makes it an 8. Makes it an 8. So 2, 4. So 2, 4, 6. So Barkov has a chance. He gets it shot there. So a 2-7 +2 on all N-type shooting play codes. 6 becomes an 8. And in case of a penalty. So do not use the rules to block shots during the screening. All rebounds are automatic shots. So let's see here. So first pass. So all players need the power. So Sasha Barkov is a 2-7. And that's on range. That's a shot by Sasha Barkov. Sasha Barkov is a shot on Greaves. That is in range. Shot by Sasha. Sasha coming in on Greaves. Greaves a 5-3 and scores! Sasha Barkov in overtime. A 5-3 is an LWG. That is a goal. Sasha Barkov scores in overtime. The Panthers win. Let's go home, baby. Arena barfs. Yeah. Section 518 cheers. Yay! Sasha Barkov. A winning goal in overtime. Panthers win it 2-1. I knew this game was very realistic. Sasha Barkov will get that at 4:24 in overtime. In the overtime period, Barkov will get that. And there's going to be an assist is the question. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Barkov did that on his own, unassisted. Sasha Barkov gets a big-time overtime goal, and the Panthers beat the Blue Jackets 2-1 here on overtime. And I know Philip Reynolds barfs. Yeah. And someone is probably saying, rigged. Sasha Barkov got the range, and a 5-3 on Greaves is an LWG, but the G is a goal if it's on range. And Sasha comes through with a big unassisted goal in overtime, and the Panthers will win this game 2-1. What a victory for the Florida Panthers, as the Cats will get this win tonight. And maybe, even though it was a rematch, I guess this series is even now at 1 against the Jackets. Maybe I'll play another game against the Jackets, but this time I'll choose one of the games the Panthers played at home. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But 2 hours, that is much better. Much better. 2 hours is much better than 3. Much better. Game flowed very well the way I did it this time. Much better. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the X-ray machines. Subscribe if you've not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys next time. The Florida Panthers, go Cats, go! They get the Sasha Barkov, the overtime goal. Panthers over the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-1 here at Nation Arena. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.